Yes, sir. Once again, good morning, all. In the last class, we have seen the basic formatting tags like headings, all the kind of formatting elements, and anchor tag. Okay, and also we have seen various kind of heading tags like title tag, which used for to set the title, link tag, which used to create logo, and also used for to add external resources to the web page. And we have seen the various features of meta tag. The main purpose is used for search engine optimization, and we have seen the style tag, which used for to add external styles to the web page, which used to add styles to the web page, and script tag, which used for writing various kind of scripts. Okay, fine. Now, in today's class, we will see the concept of images. I'm going to take horizontal rule, two horizontal rules. In between, I am going to take H1, the concept of images. Okay, if you would like to insert an image into the web page, you have to use an image tag, where which kind of image you would like to insert, that you are going to define with the help of src attributum. Let me open would like to download one image. I'm going to save this image. I'm going to save. Okay, so the image name is vijayawada.png. So it is, so the source attribute meant for the type of image which you want to add to the browser, add to the web page. Okay. Let me close this. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to get like this. Right or not? So my image is inserted. But is it flexible to your browser, your web page? No. So if you want to set the size and width of the image, you can go for those attributes. So I would like to define width equal to something like 400, height equal to some 300, so that my image will be resized. You got the resize or not? Yes. Okay, fine. So for example, instead of giving the vij1 vij.png, I have given it as vij1.png. If I refresh, what will happen, guys? Observe here your image didn't display because that image is not available there. So the user may get confused which kind of image is available here. So if you don't want to confuse the user, we can take alternative attribute. For example, meaning that Vijayawada image. We can take the alt attribute. The purpose of this alt attribute is to give alternative name to the image which you are trying to add. Meaning that suppose if this image is not available, it is going to give the name of this as like this Vijayawada image. Observe. Here image is there, but it will show like the alternative name because image is not available. If image is available, that name won't display. Observe. If image is available, it won't provide. If image is not available, then it is going to provide like a alternative image. If you would like to provide some kind of title to that, you already know the title is a global attribute. Title Vijayawada or Parage. Whenever I place cursor on this one, it is going to display like this. If would like to align to the center, we can have an attribute like align attribute, right? Which you already know, align equal to center. What happened? Why it is not aligned to the center? Then we take align equal to right. Select to the right. Why it is not aligned to the left? Center is not working. Center is not working here. Okay, if you'd like to align, you can align that image. That is my concept here. So with the help of CSS, you can do that. Okay, if you would like to have border for the image, I can go for border attribute. Border equal to some 5. We'll get the border of that image. If you would like to increase that border, you can go for that. Border size will be increased. Okay, so this is the concept of image. Okay, can we convert this image as a link? Can we make this image as a link? Yes. So generally what we are going to do, a href equal to something like other dot html we are going to define. Other dot html we are going to define. We can define like click here to move other dot other html file. HTML file. Yes. So what is my concept here? I would like to make the image as a link. I would like to make the image as a link. How you are getting the link? Because of this data, whatever that you are writing between the anchor tags. So instead of this text, why can't we place this one? Why can't we place this one? So that this image will act as a link. This image will act as a link. For example, I'm not making unequal, right? Prakasam Barrage image link. I'm just making for our understandability. Yes, right. Observe. Why you get this border as in orange color? Because it is a link. See, observe. Prakasam Barrage image link. If I click here, automatically move to the link. So that is why you are getting that. So we can make convert as a to the link. Okay, fine. Similarly, here I have a single image. Whenever I click on this image, on anywhere of the image, automatically it will be redirected to a particular file. Automatically it will be redirected to the particular file. My requirement is I would like to make I am having a single image. I would like to provide multiple links on the single image. Then I will go for the concept of image mapping, meaning that this image mapping is going to do, it is going to, for example, I will write, it is going to divide the image into multiple parts. Where each part will act as a link. Or each part we can call it as heart region. Okay, so that every heart region I can make it as a one link. Okay, generally in HTML, those heart regions you are going to define with the help of a tag called area tag. Area tag is meant to define heart regions. And this area tag having a shape attribute which is meant to define in which way I need to make the region, whether I want to make it as a circle, whether I want to make it as a square, whether I want to make it as a polygon, like that. If you would like to define, then I can go for shape attribute. Similarly, there is one more attribute, coords attribute. The coord attribute meaning is to define the size of the shape, I am going to use the attribute coords attribute. Okay, now fine. First, let me complete this up to here. So The image mapping means to divide an image into multiple parts, where each part we call it as a hot region. So if you click on that one hot region, it will open one link. If you click on another hot region, it is going to open another link. That concept I need to complete. Yes. First of all, tell me, I would like to insert an image. I would like to insert an image. Image source equal to vijayawada.png. Vijayawada.png. I would like to make title. For example, image mapping concept. Yes, I have inserted an image. Okay, fine. Now what my requirement is, I need to divide this vij.png image into multiple parts. What is the tag which required? Area tag is required for us. Area tag I'm going to define. So it automatically shows various kind of attributes. Shape attribute. For example, I would like to make a circle shape like region. Then I need to provide coordinates. How many coordinates are required for here? Generally for circle we require 3 coordinates. One is for x-axis, another is for y-axis, another is for radius. After clicking on that link, that region, which link you need to open? I need to open www.rgukt.skm.ac.in. I'm going to define one more area. I would like to give once again a circle. For example, 100, 150, I would like to make it clear for 100. http://www.rguktn.ac.in. Yes. So I decided to give 2 shapes, 2 regions in this vijayawada.png image. Yes, I have defined the regions. Now these regions need to applicable to this image. These regions need to applicable to this image. For that, we are going to use a tag called map tag. So the purpose of map tag is to make a relation to the regions and the image. Okay, fine. So here I'm going to give some name. Name equal to something like J. So with the help of this name, I can able to align to this one. So here you need to use an attribute, use map attribute. So which is going to define the relation between the image and the mapping. So you can define like this, hash name. So name, ID, all this I can able to access with the help of like this only, right? Yes. So this is not name, this is JL. Okay. Fine. So now I'll go for execution. Okay, I have to set the height and height equal to both I will take, right? Yes. So guys, you can observe I am in this here. My cursor will look like this normal image mapping. If I move like this, automatically it will be converted to a link. I am moving. Again, it is converted to a normal arrow. Moving, link. Everything is a link. See, observe, it is a non-link. So maybe these two are overlapped. So for example, I would like to reduce my size. Observe link, non-link, moving, non-link, moving, link. If I click here, I can open this site. If I click here, I can open rguktn.ac.in. So this is the concept of image mapping. Okay, fine. Next, I would like to show the concept of marquee tag. So the purpose of this marquee tag is meant for to scroll the image. to scroll the image. I'm sorry. Uh, I'm thinking something. The purpose of this marquee tag is to scroll some information. To scroll some information either in the left direction or in the right direction or whatever it may be. That depends upon your requirement. Okay. So the tag name is marquee tag. Marquee tag. Okay. And whatever the data that you are going to write in between the marquee tag, that data is going to display. For example, click here to stop saying that click here. Welcome to RGKT Srikakulam. I would like to move this data. Move this data. Then I can go for like this one. I can go. You can observe. Is it scrolling or not? By default, it is scrolling towards the left. If you would like to give some kind of background color, I can go for background color equal to some yellow, so that you will get some understanding here. Meaning that marquee tag is going to allocate some space for scrolling the data. Yes. If you would like to increase this size, you can able to increase the height amount. Height equal to, for example, 35. Right? Size increased or not? Yes, I don't want this much size. Right? Yes. If you would like to change its scrolling direction, you can go for direction attribute. Direction equal to, I will make it right. See, it is now scrolling towards the right. If you make it as left, it is going to towards the left. Okay, fine. So it is scrolling very slowly. If you would like to increase the speed of the scrolling, then I can go for scroll amount. Scroll amount is an attribute which you increase the speed of the scrolling. Am I right, Anna? If I go for something. Now also its speed will be increased. Speed will be increased. Yes. So if you would like to define how many number of times it needs to, I would like to scroll it for 3 times. Then I can go for an attribute like a loop attribute. See, count 1 time, second time, third time, completed, right? Now it is not scrolling. So that property you can get it through the concept of loop attribute. Loop attribute. If I made a reference, once again it starts. Yes. For example, I would like to make some color. So you can use 1 minute. Yes, you can use a font attribute. I can make use of a font color equal to red. If you wish to use, you can use, no problem. Closing of font. Its font color is red. I would like to have speed is 15. Even though it is going fast, if it is a kind of anchor tag, for example, I would like to make it as anchor tag a href equal to some http colon www.rgktslm.ac.in target equal to underscore blank. I would like to make it as a link. That's it. Is getting some information like this or not? Yes. If I'm trying to click on this link, it will scroll fastly, right? I can't able to place. So instead of that, if I would like to stop, whenever I place a cursor on that, I will have a JavaScript attribute that is on mouse over attribute. So on this, I can go for right like this dot stop. Stop. So I will place a cursor, it is going to stop. It is going to stop. If I remove the cursor, it doesn't start, right? So for that, once again, you can have an attribute like on mouse out equal to this dot. So you can understood all this once again in JavaScript. Observe. If you would like to click, I will place cursor. I don't want, I can come out. If I place and I click here also. Right? So this is the concept of marquee tag. So marquee tag is meant for to scroll some information. So it can be an image also. It's not only an anchor tag, it's not only a text, it can be an image also. There is no problem at all. Okay, fine. Next concept is tables. Tables. Okay. If I would like to insert a table, so first of all, what is the need of tables? The need of the tables is to arrange the information in particular order. We can use the concept of tables. Okay, that can be like in the form of a table. Table means it's a collection of rows and columns, right? So if you would like to arrange the data in the form of rows and columns, then I can go for the concept of tables. So table means it's a collection of rows and columns. So a tag called table tag, which is used for to insert the data in the form of rows and columns. Yes, for example, let me have a new slide. Yes. For example, this is a kind of table. Table means it's a collection of rows and columns. So this is a row and this is a column. Row I am going to define with the help of a tag called tr tag. Column I am going to define with the help of a td tag or th tag. So the difference between the th and td tag is this is meant for table heading. Table heading, and this is meant for table data. Table data. The only difference is the displaying format. The table heading is going to display in the form of bold format. Bold format. So every TD or every TH will act as a one particular column. Will act as a one particular column. Yes. So for a particular table, I may have various kind of borders. Borders. Yes. For example, I would like to create one table like this. RGKT details. RGK details. For example, those details are in the form of 4 columns actually. 4 columns. Among those, it will look like this. It will look like this. Here my information is like proof, serial number, ID. Here something like some data. Call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a kind of data, right? I would like to arrange my data in the form of this structure. Then also I need to use the concept of tables. Yes. So with the help of these table tags, I can able to create the data like this. Let me create that kind of table. Observe. Yes. So to insert the table, I need to use the table tag. Yes. So first of all, so if I would like to go for to insert the first row, so first what I will do is I'll go for basic table. I would like to display my output like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first of all, how you are going to display the data? First, you need to complete the first row, then second row, then third row. So first, if you would like to display the first row, then I have to use the tag tr tag. Then I have to display this data td tag, td tag, td tag. Yes, observe. First, I would like to display 1, 2, 3. So first, I need to create first row. For that, I am going to use a table row tag, tr tag. Then in that row, I need to insert data. I need to insert the first column. That is why I am taking td, closing of td. First column completed. Next, second column, table data 2. Next, third column 3. then my row is completed. My row is completed means I need to close the tab. Observe, if you want, you can see the output. You can see the output. So it is in the form of 1, 2, 3. I will make a border equal to. So border is an attribute which is to display the borders of the table. Borders of the table. Yes. Yeah. I would like to create the second row. So for that, once again, I need to use tr and followed by 4, 5, 6. Once again, I need to create one more third row. 7, 8. Right? So we got the information like this. If you would like to increase the size of this table, I can go for width attribute, width equal to for example, I'm taking 100%. So width of the screen. Working. Okay, fine. Anyway, 100. Also not working. Okay, anyway, sorry. I would like to apply over syntax mistake. See, I can increase the width. If you would like to increase it to the width of the screen, I can go for 100%. So I would like to make it for 400 pixel and make it like this. So 1, 2, 3 is the first row, second row, and third row. Yes, guys, if you observe here, this 1 is the first cell, and 2 is the second cell, third cell, fourth cell, and so on. So there is some gap between first cell and second cell. First and second cell. That gap we call it as cell spacing. That gap we call it as cell spacing. So if you would like to increase the more space between two cells, I can go for cell spacing attribute. Observe, you can observe the gap is increased or not. For example, I have taken 10. The gap will increase between the two cells and its corresponding body. And if you observe, it is a kind of cell. In that cell, there is no gap between the border and the number 2. There is no gap between the border and the number 1. There is no gap between border and the number 4. If you would like to increase the space between the border and the text of the cell, then I can go for cell padding. For example, I am taking it as 5. Observe, there is some gap. I would like to have 15. Now it will increase. Observe, there is some gap between the text and the border. So this is where you can use cell padding attribute. Cell spacing means to provide a space between the two cells, I can go for cell spacing. To provide the gap between the text and the border, then I will go for cell padding. If you would like to provide a caption to the table, then I can go for caption tag. Table example. Go for table example. Table 5.3. Like this you can go. Yes, right? Yes. So this is where you can go. You can able to create the table. So the difference between TD and TH is, if I made like TH, it will look like a bold format, and it will align to center directly. TH. All will be aligned to center and will be in the form of bold format. If you would like to arrange a table data to the center, then I can go for align attribute. Align equal to center. Equal center. That's it. If you would like to make some kind of color to the background, then I can go for bg color equal to 3. For that cell only you will get the background color. If you would like to have all cells, then you can go for all the kind of things. So now what my requirement is, I would like to show the same concept for applying this structure. I would like to create this table. So what I require, table 3, something like 5.4, I need to having the table headings, right? So I will take 1 second from starting onwards. First of all, I would like to create first row. I would like to create first row. Observe here. If you observe logically here, this RGK details is a combination of 4 columns. Is a combination of 4 columns. So meaning that they combined these 4 columns into a single column. It looked like a single column. So meaning that they applied the merging of 4 columns. That concept you can able to get with the help of an attribute like call span. So the purpose of the attribute of the attribute call span meant for to merge the columns. To merge the columns. How many columns I have merged here? 4 columns I have merged here. So I am going to do that. So tr. So for example, it is look like a table heading. Then table heading, I am going to make a call span equal to 4. How many columns I merged? 4 columns. RGKT. So is it necessary to write the remaining ph? No need, because I am going to combine all the 4 columns. Closing of table row. You got it right? Into single. Yes. Next row I am going to start. I am going to start, and I am going to take TD. I'm going to take TD. Here you can observe it is going to combine how many columns? 2 columns it is combined. That is why I am going to take call span equal to how many columns it is combined? 2 columns, and it is giving proof. I am going to combine TD. Combine TD. So up to here it is completed. It is completed. Next, it is going to have combined 2 rows. It is going to combine 2 rows. For that, what we can do is PD. It is going to combine 2 columns also. Call span equal to 2 columns combined, as well as it is combined 2 rows. So I have taken 2 rows. What the data it is there? Some information like college. So that it is complete. Now my second row also complete. You can observe the output. It is modified. Now you can take one more table row. So in that again it is having 2 columns. 2 columns. Normal I need to write. TD serial number, closing of TD, TD. ID, closing of TD. Yes. Next, would like to write the remaining thing. No need, because we already combined that row to the college column, college row. You can observe the output, right? So it has combined up to here. Next, after completion of this one, we need to write the data. TR TD1 /TD TD TD TD4. I need to close the row. Uh, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Observe the table. Here is the output, right? As it is the output, whatever the thing that you discussed. Yes. So I don't want like this. I would like to display in the form of rows and column. Then I can go for 1 minute. What my requirement? I would like to display in the form of rows and column. Then I can go for an attribute like rules attribute. Rules equal to, I would like to display rows in the form of rows. You can observe only rows will be displayed. If you would like to have columns, only column, then I can go for calls attribute, calls value. If I would like to have all the things, then I can go for the value like all. All will be displayed like this. So there is a difference between this structure and this structure. If you would like to increase this width, this serial number width or ID number width, for example, then I can go for width attribute. Width equal to some 30% of the table occupied by the width attribute. Or if you want 50%, automatically size will be increased. Am I right or not? Yes. If you would like to apply some kind of color to the one, bg color equal to, it will get like this. I would like to get apply the color to the various locations of the table. Various locations of the table. For example, I would like to apply the same color to table heading. So then I can go for using t-head tag. So the purpose of t-head tag is to group the table headings. To group the table headings. For example, t-body is there. T-body tag purpose is to group the table body items. To group the table body items. There is one more tag is there, t-foot tag. T-foot tag. The purpose of this tag is to group the table foot items. To group the table foot items. For example, I would like to add one more row. TD all span equal to, I'm taking 4. 4 footer of the table. Created by CSC. You can observe, is there any output changes? Output changes? No output change. There is no output. But the thing is, if you would like to group, align equal to, I'm taking center. If you would like to group the data, then I can go for T foot, T body, T heading. For example, you can observe, I'm taking BG color equal to orange. So all the table headings, it is going to get in the form of orange. Okay, fine. For example, T body, I am applying BG color equal to white. All the table body elements, it is going to get the white color, because it will give priority to this one. So I will make this. So I hope you understood now. So because of to apply a property to the whole body of the table, then I can go for T body. T foot BG color equal to right or not? Yes. So like this, you can use the T foot, T head, T body tags. Okay, Nama? Yes. Fine. Next concept, list. List. Yes. These lists are used for to arrange the data. These are used for to arrange the data in different formats. Different formats. Okay, there are various types of lists are there. Among those, first one is ordered list. Ordered list. And second one is unordered list. Third one is definition list. Okay, fine. So when we go for ordered list, if you want to display data in the form of some sequence format, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, ABCD, or capital Roman letters 1, 2, 3, 4, small Roman letters 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to display like that, then I'll go for the concept of ordered list. We have a tag called vol tag. Method called ordered list. Similarly, if you don't want to display data in the form of sequence format, I would like to display in the form of some kind of images like list, unordered list format. Then I will go for unordered list by using UL tag. UL tag. Okay, fine. Let me first explain the first one, ordered list. Ordered list. So if you would like to create ordered list, then I can go for OL tag. OL tag. OL tag. So what kind of data you need to display? What kind of data you need to display? For example, I would like to display CSC, PCE, mechanical, chemical, civil. I would like to display this data in the form of you can observe the output. Observe the output. What you get? All will comes under a single line. Horizontally you will get. I don't want like that. I want to get output in the form of 1 CSC, 2 ECE, 3 mechanical, 4 chemical, 5 civil. Then I can go for use an LI tag. The purpose of this LI tag is meant for to add items to the created list. To add items to the created list. PCE, mechanical, chemical, civil. Okay, so the purpose of this LI tag is to add items to the any kind of list, whether it may be ordered list or whether it can be unordered list. For example, if you see all the output, now observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the purpose of ordered list. If I make it unordered list, you can observe the output with its symbols. You can observe the output in the symbols. Okay, let me first complete the ordered list, then I'll go for unordered list. So to display the data in the form of some kind of sequence format, then I will go for OL tag. OL tag. Okay, fine. So by default, what is the output you will getting? You are getting the output in the form of numbers. You are getting output in the form of numbers. If you would like to change this output format, then I will go for type attribute. Go for type attribute. For example, if I write like small a, then you'll get the output in the form of A, B, C, D, E. Starts with A. If you would like to give capital A, then I will get the output in the form of capital A, B, C, D. If I go for small letter I, meaning that Roman letter I, then I will go for Roman letters 1, 2, 3, 4. Roman numbers, not letters. If you like to have Roman numbers, then I'll go for capital Roman numbers, capital I. If I would like to get the numbers, I can go for 1. If I would like to have, observe. If I would like to have the number starts with 6, 7, 8, 9, or for example, I would like to start with a particular location. For example, I would like to start with 11. Observe. Start attribute I can use. Start equal to 11, then it starts with 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But this doesn't support alphabets. Alphabets doesn't support. Okay, so this is the concept of OL tag. Similarly, if you would like to have an unordered list, in that it doesn't have any sequence, it will just simply follow some kind of symbols. You'll get the bullet format, which we call it as disk. So by default, you will take disk. Will take disk. Whereas coming to here, by default, OL will take numbers. OL will take numbers. Okay, fine. If you would like to change this format, then I can go for using the type attribute, where I can go for provide some kind of symbols like circle. The output will be displayed in the form of circles. If I would like to have a square format, go for square. If you don't want to get anything, or if you would like to get the default one, I can take disk. If you don't want anything, I can go for none. nothing will be taken. Yes. So what are the values it is going to support? None, disk, circle, and square. Square. Okay, now fine. Or if you would like to place your own image here, if you would like to place your own image, then also you can place some. Then also you can place. Okay. Fine. So it is not only about a particular item like text. We can also place any kind of data. For example, I would like to place a link, ahref equal to hash. I'm going to make this as a link. Backslash. You can make. You can place image also. Observe here. It will be converted to a link. You can place an image also. There is no problem at all. Okay. So this is the concept of ordered list and unordered list. Next, we'll take a definition list. So this definition list is meant for to define the data. To define the data. So what type of data you need to define? So for example, DT tag is meant for to define the term. For example, I would like to define a term called CSC. Like define a term called CSC. So how to what you are going to define? That you are going to define with the help of definition description, computer science and engineering. Maybe typing mistake, no. Computer science and engineering. Okay. So DL means definition list. This is meant for definition term, the type of term that you want to define, and the term that you want to define, the description is going to define by the defined description. Observe the output. Like this you will get. For example, I would like to have ECE. Or mechanical. Mechanical engineering. Go for mechanical engineering. Okay, fine. There is one more kind of attribute tag is there, abbreviation tag. I hope you may get a confusion between these two. Abbreviation tag. For example, I am taking CSC. I am going to take the title equal to computer science and oh god, computer science engineering. You can observe the output difference. See, definition list, with the help of that you can able to display both the definition term and definition of the description. Whereas coming to abbreviation tag, it won't display the abbreviation. Whenever you place some cursor here, it will simply provide an underline. It will simply provide an underline. So why you are getting this output? I have taken it as a title. I have taken it as a title. That's it. For example, I would like to make some superscript here. Superscript of star closing of superscript. I hope you know the meaning of superscript. What is the meaning of this one? Star. And you can observe this kind of data. And here you can write like star meant for computer science and engineering. At somewhere you can observe this kind of data. Right? So if you observe this star meant for computer science and engineering. So at the situations you can go for abbreviation. So meaning that if you want to define a term like it is an abbreviated term, then I can go for abbreviated tag. Abbreviated tag. So there is a kind of tag which we call it as a P tag, which is meant for paragraph tag. Paragraph tag. I'm going to close my paragraph. Close my paragraph. Okay, fine. I would like to have this paragraph tag, and I'm going to define CSC is a good branch, especially in RGKT Srikakulam. I'm going to close the paragraph. Now you can. What is the output you can expect? In what order we have written? We have written it in 3 lines, but we're getting the output in a single line. I don't want like that. I want to get the output as it is in whatever the way I have written in the code. Then I can go for using a tag called pre-tag. Once we written the data in a pre-tag, it won't. It will display the data as it is in whichever order you have written. This is a good branch, especially in Archicad Shikaku. Yes. For example, I would like to apply some kind of styles. For example, I'm having H1, having H1 tag. I would like to apply some styles. EC. I would like to apply some styles. Then I can use the style attribute. Style attribute is meant for to apply some styles. To apply some styles to the any kind of element in the HTML. For example, background color equal to red. I would like to take. Right? Yes. So that is the way you can use the style attribute. For example, have a tag called black code tag. Which is meant for to define some text, to define some information which is available in another source, which is available in some other source. For example, lorem. So there is a difference between this data, paragraph data, and there is a difference between this data. Okay, fine. If you would like to display some data in the form of double quotations, then I can go for Q tag. For example, it is in a double quotations. Am I get? Okay, on it. You can go here. Go ahead. You can go ahead. It is going to display in the form of double quotations. If you would like to display in the form of double quotations, I can go for Q tag. Okay, fine. So like this, we can have various kind of tags are there. Okay. For example, I would like to display some kind of special characters. So all browsers may not validate these special characters in the same way. Some browsers may interpret these special symbols in different kind of formats. For example, I would like to display right arrow. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use hyphen followed by right arrow, followed by right angular bracket. If I press F5, what is it a right arrow exactly? Is it exactly right arrow? No. So, but if I would like to have exact right arrow, then I can go for a special characters which are given in the form of two types of formats. One is number entity format. Another one is named entity format. In that, if you would like to display special characters in HTML, we will have two ways. One is in the form of number entity. Another one we call it as a named entity. All these entities are always going to start with ampersand. And always going to end with colon symbol. For example, I would like to display right arrow. Then I can go for named entity like or ampersand or AR. Observe what is the output you will get. You will get the exact right arrow symbol. That same thing I can get with the help of which is may not be exact, but I can go for I remembered 8593 or something. Oh God. Yes. Why it is printing as this? Yes. So there is a difference between the named entity and the number entity, right? Number entity is going to start with ampersand followed by hash symbol. So, oh sorry, this is up there. Like this, we'll have various kind of thing. So this one, you should have to start with ampersand followed by hash symbol. Then, okay, that one we call it as number entity. If we simply start with a ampersand followed by the corresponding text, which we call it as named entity. For example, I would like to display copyright symbol. I would like to display copyright symbol. Then I can go for ampersand copy. Copy is a kind of named entity. If you would like to display that same thing in the form of number entity, then I can go for ampersand hash 169. Hash 169. So like this, we'll have trademark, trademark. So you can Google out all this. You can take out that ampersand trade. If you'd like to have ampersand hash 8482. I to now checking in the notes actually. And take out all these kind of things. For example, the best thing is see, observe, hello, welcome to RGUKT. Welcome to RGUKT. In between hello and welcome, I have taken only one space. If I'm pressing some 6 spaces, some 7 spaces, and I'm pressing Ctrl S and I'm going to execute. How many spaces you got in the output? You got, even though you have entered so many spaces, you are getting only single space. So if you would like to have provide spaces, provide spaces, then I can go for ampersand NBSP, a kind of named entity, which is meaning that non-breakable space. I would like to provide space. If I provide this thing, obviously you can observe the output. Automatically, it will be displayed difference. Right? So that is the advantage of named entity. For example, I would like to display some kind of heart symbol. Go for heart symbol, ampersand hearts, I think. Get heart symbol. Okay. If you would like to display in the form of number entity, ampersand hash 9829. Right? Same thing you can get. For example, if you would like to display some kind of cake symbol, there is no named entity for this one. See, try to observe. For all those, there are no named entities, but for everything, there are number entities. Ampersand hash x1 f3 82. I'm seeing in my notes and I am displaying. So your cake is displayed. Okay. For example, you would like to display some kind of emojis, file emojis. Ampersand hash 128516. Hash, right? Smiley image will get. So like that you can get ampersand hash 128525. For example, you would like to have some kind of heart symbol, ampersand hash 128151. Like this, you can use all the things. So what my concentration here is, for some kind of symbols, there are no named entities, but for every symbol, there is a number entity. That is the concept that you would like to define. So with the help of these special characters like number entity and name entity, every browser will interpret the data in the same way. Same way. That is the advantage of these entities. Okay. I hope you understood this class clearly.